Alright, here we go. The better way to do a Wago to power pole connector. I've seen lots of videos on the internet. By the way, this is Scott, KO4TNO. I've seen a lot of videos, and this is basically the same thing that everybody else is doing, with one little, well, a couple little tricks that I'm going to call tricks. Number one thing is, I super glue it together, right? Make sure that it's basically squared up. Take your little Irwin clamp. It's basically set already. Well, let's just give it a little bit more time on the clamp. And be careful not to go too tight, because these are not perfectly square in the world. So if you go to do them too tight, it'll flip around on you. So anyway, set that aside, let it cure a little bit. Probably should let it cure longer. And then we're gonna do our power poles. So I'm gonna strip my wire basically somewhere close to about 3/8 of an inch. This is 12 gauge stranded. And put your power pole connector on. Got that about right. It's okay to have a little bit of copper showing. I give 2 notches down on the crimp tool. Put it in, give a little bite, push hard on the wire, go all the way down with it. That's simple. This one looks like it might be just a little bit too long. Nope. Same thing. I'm going to give the crimper 2 clicks just to give it a head start. I'm going to put the spoon side down, grab a hold, push with the wire, give it a good bite. Helps to work against the bench like that. You can go ahead and put these in. You got your metal side of your clip down, you got your spoon side down, so they orientate like this. Alright, 12 gauge wire, they push right in there without a problem. And you always want to give it a pull, you want to give it a push, you want to feel it drift into the lock, and then you want to pull back. You'll make sure that it's in there. Alright, so now we're only going to give ourselves about half of an inch or so of insulated wire, and then we're gonna strip it about 13 millimeters, which for all of you people that are from America, you've already realized that that's a half of an inch, because we always use a 13 millimeter socket when we need a ½ inch, because it works. And there's your good tip for the day on how you can do a quick metric conversion. Alright, so now we got metal down, or clip down, and red on the right. Down and right. Down and right. Go ahead and slide these together. Now they're together. Now come over here to our clamp, and if it's not completely clamped, that's fine. If it wants to move around on you a little bit, that's fine, because once you get the heat shrink on, you're never going to know the difference. So give it a good shove, give it a good twist, and then lock it down. Now here's what I keep seeing everyone do wrong. Now, you line up your heat shrink, okay? Bad camera angles like I always got. You cut this right about there. Open it up, and now this heat shrink does have a glue on it, so we're good. Oh, let's double check. Let's double check to make sure that we didn't screw up. Okay, we didn't. It fits together. It always helps to double check. No sense in having wasted hardware because you forgot to double check, and it's so easy to fix at this stage. Okay, now we're going to put our heat shrink on, and we're going to put it, that's just a skosh too long. Scotia is about the same amount as an RCH. If you don't know what an RCH is, ask your grandpa. Okay, we're going to go back on with our heat shrink. And we're going to see that we're going to be basically right here with our tie line, where we would normally put a pin. But we're also going to leave these two holes exposed. And this is the mistake that I see everybody make. These are meter probe holes, okay? So don't cover them whenever you put your heat shrink on. I know you want to feel better about having more heat shrink up here, right to the edge of your little flip gate. But leave a little bit of room right there. That way, once you're plugged in, and let's say that you're having a problem with whatever you've just connected, and you suspect it might be the voltage decreasing on load, you can easily pop your meter leads in there and check that. So, we're going to heat shrink it. I have a cordless Milwaukee, so we're just going to heat shrink this. Now, my heat shrinking does not take the amount of time that you see everybody else doing it, because this heat gun does not get as hot as fast because it's battery operated, but it does work. It works good. You notice I'm doing it on my paper towel, which offers me a little bit of insulation to my gun mat that's below it, so hopefully I'm not wrinkling it. I've already made 2 of these today, but then as I'm looking through the internet, I kept noticing that everybody's covering up those test ports. So I'm going to give it a lot of heat. And this amount of heat for this long might seem excessive, but you see the glue starting to come out right there? I can't pick it up because it's too hot, but there's a certain amount of glue coming out right there, and that's what I want to do. I want to activate that glue, okay? And you can see this little ridge, this little rim. Maybe I could have cut it shorter, but I'm good. I'm good. Now, I have the Anderson power poles flush on the end. I have the Wagos flush on the end. But I have my test holes exposed. Now, because I glued that with that super glue prior, that's going to help hold that together. And even if it comes apart a little bit, does it really matter? It doesn't really matter. So this is my opinion, KO4TNL. This is my opinion of the better way to do your power pole to Wago connection. All right. I'll try to. Ooh, you already feel the glue right there. The glue oozed out right there. Where's the camera? Camera's over here. So you can see the glue over here. Y'all know how adhesive heat shrink works. Anyways, that's what I got for you today. Is a better way, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not a better way for y'all. Maybe you want more girth up here. You want more support. But I like the ability to be able to probe those holes. You know, key up my radio and it dies. Okay? Put a meter in there after you fire it back up. Check, put it on volts, check it. You got 13 volts on key up, or key down, however you like to pronounce it. But then all of a sudden, whenever you do key your radio, you notice your voltage drops down to 8 because maybe you got a weak cell in your battery. So, for those of you guys running portable like I do a lot, something like this will come in handy. Definitely come in handy whenever you need to scavenge into an auxiliary power source that you weren't planning on scavenging into. So, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you don't mind subscribing and clicking like and sharing it, that'd be great too. One of these days I can get remonetized after they changed the rule back in the day. Thanks again.